Hello students, welcome to the course on Advanced Digital Communication and the course code is MCE 102. This is the course for MTech EC first semester students. Myself, Dr. Surajit Vasak, Assistant Professor of EC Department, Guru Nanak Institute of Technology, Kolkata, and this is my official email address. Today, we are going to start lecture number 4 from the module of baseband signal receiver and probabilities of bit error. In the last 3 classes, we have completed baseband data transmission, calculated about probability of error, then we discuss about optimum filter and matched filter. And the topic, and today we are going to discuss about signal space vector approach to calculate probability of error in BPSK, that is binary phase shift keying. And the lesson objective of this topic is analyze signal vector representation of various digitally modulated signals by creating signal constellation and compute the bit error performance, and this topic is mapped with CO number 2. So let us start lecture number 4 with that module from the module of baseband signal receiver and probability of error with the topic of coherent binary phase shift keying, or it is called BPSK. In a coherent binary PSK system, the pair of signals S1T and S2T that are used to represent binary signal 1 and 0 is defined as S1T equal to square root of 2 EB by TB cos 2 pi FCT. Say this is for symbol 1 and symbol 0. Obviously that this is a phase shift keying. That means whenever it will shift from 1 to 0 or 0 to 1, then there will be a phase shift of 180 degree. So if S1T represents a symbol 1, then automatically for symbol 0, say S2T equal to square root of 2 EB by TB cos 2 pi FCT plus pi. So there is a phase shift by an amount of 180 degree. And this is, that means here a minus sign comes, so minus square root of 2 EB by TB cos 2 pi FCT, where T small t belongs to 0 to TB and EB is the transmitted signal energy per bit. To ensure that each transmitted bit contains an integral number of cycles of the carrier wave, the carrier frequency Fc is chosen equal to Nc by Tv for some fixed integer Nc. A pair of sinusoidal waves that differ only in a relative phase shift of 180 degree. So they are called basically an antipodal signal. So from this pair of signal, can you say how many numbers of basis functions are required? So from this pair of equations, it is clear that there is only one basis function of unit energy is sufficient, and this is represented as, say, phi 1t equal to square root of t 2 by tb cos 2 pi fct, where t belongs to 0 to tb. Then we may express the transmitted signal S1t and S2t in terms of phi 1t is that as follows: square root of EB into phi 1t, where t belongs to 0 to tb, and S2t equal to minus square root of EB into phi 1t, where again t belongs to 0 to tb. So the signal space is a one dimensional, that is n equal to 1, with a signal constellation consisting of two message points, that is m equal to 2. The coordinates of the message points are S11 and S21. So S11 means, from the signal space diagram, it can be represented as 0 integration of 0 to tb S1t phi 1t dt. Now S1t phi 1t dt, so you know the value of S1t equal to square root of EB into phi 1t. So square root of EB into phi 1 square t dt. So it should have normalized to have unit energy. So integration of 0 to tb phi 1 square t dt equal to 1. So ultimately it will plus root over EB. And similarly, the other coordinate of the message point is S21, which is 0 to tb S2t phi 1t dt. And if we put S2t equal to minus root over EB phi 1t, then we can get S21 equal to minus root over EB by applying the same rule of the first property of orthogonality, that is normalized to have unit energy. So the message point correspond to S1t is located at S11 equal to plus root over EB, and the message point correspond to S2t is located at S21 equal to minus root over AB. So now I am showing you, so suppose this is your 0. So message point is 11, message point 1, that is square root of EB, and 0 message point 2, that is say 0, is located as, say, minus root over EB. So this is the constellation diagram. Just to see, in the earlier expression, S11 equal to plus root over EB and S21 equal to minus root over EB along the axis of phi 1. So there is only one basis function is present, say phi 1. And say this is the diagram of say message point 1. See, this is the waveform, time domain waveform. And for message point 2, say 0, just shift the no differences in amplitude, only differences in phase. So phase difference is present between message point 1 and message point 2, and this phase difference is 180 degree. Now we have to calculate the error probability of binary PSK. To the rule, see, this is for 1 and this is for 0. Now there is a decision boundary is required, which is the midway between message point 1 and message point 2, and we separate these two regions. That is, in this region we called it is a Z1, and this region is called as Z2. Now the decision rule is now simply to decide that signal S1T, that is binary symbol 1, was transmitted if the received signal point falls in region Z1, and decide that signal S2T, that is binary symbol 0, was transmitted if the received signal point falls in region Z2. So, two kinds of erroneous decision may, however, be made. Signal S2T is transmitted. Suppose that signal S2T is transmitted, but the noise is such that the received signal point falls inside region Z1. See, suppose that signal S2T, that is this signal is transmitted. So your message point average should consist in this location, their mean value. But the noise is such that when there is a error will occur. But the noise is such that the received signal point falls inside region Z1. So receiver can interpret that message point 1 actually transmitted. But it was wrong. So alternately, signal S1T, suppose that signal S1T is transmitted, but the noise is such that the received signal point fall inside region Z2, and so the receiver decides in favor of signal S2T. So, and these are the written. So, to calculate the probability of making an error of the first kind, we note from this figure, that the decision region associated with symbol 1 or signal S1T is described as, say, it is 0 to infinity. It is like that Z1, where X1 belongs to actually Z1, that means it is defined as it 0 to up to infinity. And if the observable element is X1. Now, which is related to the received signal xt is 0 x1 equal to integration of 0 to tb xt phi 1 t dt. Therefore, the conditional probability density function of random variable x1, this is called random variable, given that symbol 0, that is signal S2T, was transmitted, and it is defined as, say, f x1, this x1 conditional 0, which actually follows the Gaussian distribution. So it will now becomes 1 by square root of pi n0 exponential minus 1 by n0 x1 minus s21 whole square. That is equal to 1 by root over pi n0 exponential minus 1 by n0 x1 plus square root of EB whole square. So the conditional probability of the receiver deciding in favor of symbol 1, given that symbol 0 was transmitted, is now therefore, say, P10, which is 0 to infinity fx1 and x1 conditional 0 dx1, which is now becomes 1 by square root of pi n0 into integration of 0 to infinity exponential minus 1 by n0 x1 plus square root of EB whole square into dx1. Now, how to solve this expression? Consider that z equal to 1 by root over n0 x1 plus square root of EB. Now, and changing the variable by integration from x1 to z in that expression, and the compact form is just P10 equal to 1 by square root of pi integration of EB by N0. Just changing the limit. Just put here Z equal to this, and now dz equal to like dx1, and change the limit, that is whenever x1 equal to 0 and whenever x1 equal to infinity. When x1 equal to 0, then the lower limit is z1 equal to square root of EB by N0, and whenever x1 equal to infinity, then also z equal to infinity. So it now becomes 1 by square root of pi integration of EB by N0 to infinity e to the power minus z square into dz. So that now becomes half ERFC square root of EB by N0. So that is basically ERFC means complementary error function. So that is ERFC x. That means 2 by square root of pi x to the power integration of x, lower limit, and upper limit is infinity, e to the power minus t square into dt. So that now becomes actually ERFC x. So complementary error function. So probability of error, say P10 equal to, for the case, first case, P10 equal to half ERFC square root of EB by N0. Now consider next an error of the second kind. That is the second case. Second case means this case. In the first case, it is found already. Now, for the second case, that is signal S1T is transmitted, but the noise is such that the received signal point falls inside region Z2. We note that to calculate this error probability, we note that the signal space is symmetric with respect to the origin. It follows therefore that P01, the conditional probability of the receiver deciding in favor of symbol 0, given that symbol 1 was transmitted, also has the same value of P10, like that. Therefore, the averaging, if thus averaging the conditional error probabilities P10 and P01, we find that the average probability of symbol error, or equivalently the bit error rate of for coherent binary PSK, assuming equiprobable symbols, is PE equal to half ERFC square root of EB by N0. As we increase the transmitted signal energy per bit EB for a specified noise spectral density N0, the message points corresponding to symbols 1 and 0 move further apart, and the average probability of error, that is PE, is correspondingly reduced in accordance with this expression, and which is intuitively satisfied. So this is the average probability of error for BPSK signal. So let us stop here. In the next class, we calculate the power spectra or bandwidth of BPSK signal. So thank you. Let us stop here.